Welcome back to another Porsche Car Whisperer video. If this is your first time checking out my channel, my name is Mason Gilchrist, and on this channel I cover everything Porsche. And today I'm going to do a requested video from one of my viewers, shout out to you Amna, about how to set up the Mobile Charger Connect and what settings should you set it up to. Let's go ahead and get into it. So now that I have the Mobile Charger Connect right here in front of me, I'm going to show you guys how do you optimize it for your home. Okay, so this is how you set up your Mobile Charger Connect to be able to optimize it for wherever you're charging. And this is very similar to the setup wizard that we have here on the PCM inside the Tycon. As soon as we go through all these steps, by the end of it, we'll be able to charge our Tycon. So here on the first, it's going to have us actually select the language. I am not in Germany, so I'm going to go ahead and press English, US. It's just going to take it a second, and then it will get us over to our country. I'm here in the United States. And then it's also going to have us select the time zone. So I'm here on the West Coast, so I'm going to select the Pacific Standard Time. Then I'm going to, down here at the bottom, go ahead and press Confirm. And now here on the data transfer, it's just going to have us accept the terms and conditions. It's just with anything nowadays, we have to go ahead and accept all the terms and conditions, so we're just going to go ahead and press accept there at the bottom. And then here we're going to have the automatic online software update. So as long as your Mobile Charger Connect is plugged in, you'll be able to automatically update your charger so it'll have the latest firmware. So this is something that I highly recommend doing. So I'm just going to leave that on, and I'm going to go ahead and press confirm. And then I'm going to go ahead and set up a Wi-Fi network. So by pressing the Wi-Fi button here, now the purpose of this is I will actually be able to connect my Mobile Charger Connect to my Porsche ID so I can see all the different charging stats of actually how is my Tycon charging. So it won't let you do it if you have an unsecure network. So if your Wi-Fi is a public network, it will not work. So just make sure it's one that has a password. So now it's going to be connecting to my Wi-Fi, which in this case is actually my phone. And then this is where you can link your Porsche ID. There's going to be a small QR code that pops up here. All you have to do is take your phone, you just scan it, and then you'll be able to link it to your Porsche ID. Now again, this is so you can see all the stats of how your Tycon is charging when you have your Mobile Charger Connect plugged in. So I highly recommend doing that. I'm just going to go ahead and press next. I'm not going to do that here for the purpose of the demonstration. Now this is to connect to a power manager. So this is if you have something that's called the Home Energy Manager, which we don't have currently. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip that, and I'm going to go ahead and just press confirm. No power manager detected. So again, this is if your house has what we call this Home Energy Manager, where it'll actually be able to regulate the charging of your Tycon, and as soon as a lot of the power output that your house is using, then your Tycon will be able to start charging. So we're not doing that, so I'm just going to go ahead and press skip. Now this is super important. So I'm only plugged into a 120 volt outlet currently, so my max amperage is only going to be able to go up to 8. You don't want to set it to 6, because if you set it to 6, then you risk being able to kill the 12 volt battery, and you'll not be able to even turn on your Tycon. So if you have it set up to a 120 volt, make sure it's maxed out at 8 amps. Now, I don't recommend just putting it to a 120 volt. I recommend actually plugging it into a 240 volt outlet that is 50 amps, because the max amperage of this charger is 40 amps, and you'll be able to charge your Tycon way faster on a 240 with 50 amps than you can on a 120 volt. So I highly recommend doing that. If you're on this screen here, you'll actually be able to go all the way up to 40 amps. So again, if you're plugged into a 240 volt, max this puppy out, go up all the way up to 40 amps. I'm going to go ahead and press confirm just to move on to the next step. Now this is for device protection. So if your charger is set up in a local area where people can actually use your charger, this is where you would set up a PIN code, so only you can use it or anybody that has the PIN code. So I'm going to go ahead and press confirm. I'm just going to go press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this demonstration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. You have to confirm it. I'm going to confirm PIN. And this is just an overview of everything that we just set up. So automatic software updates. I'm here in the United States with the Pacific time zone. It's connected. The maximum charging current is 8 amps. Now, make sure that it's actually plugged into your Tycon so you can set up what the maximum amperage is. If it's not plugged into your Tycon when you're going through the setup wizard, it won't give you that option. I'll show you how to access it later. You just hit here to finish setup. Now the charger is actually going to be connecting to your Tycon, so it's establishing a connection, and you know that by these kind of gray-white lights that are here on the outside. This is going to be the same exact lighting that you're going to see on the button of your Tycon where you actually plugged in the plug-in to your Tycon. So now it's turned green. As soon as it starts to charge, it'll turn green. Again, that's going to match that light that's inside that charge port door. Now let's say you didn't have your Tycon actually plugged into your mobile charger connect when you're going up through the setup wizard. How do you set up your amperage? Well, you would go into the settings. We're going to go down here to adjust the charging current. So this is where you would change it if you didn't do it when you were setting up your mobile charger connect. This is also where you can change your pin settings, change the display brightness, go down here. If you end up getting a home energy manager, this would be your user profiles for your My Porsche ID. The networks were set up. The software updates, that's already turned on, but if for some reason you didn't turn it on, that's where you would just select it on or off. This is if you want to completely wipe your factory settings. Let's say you sell your Tycon or you have an extra mobile charger connect that you're thinking about selling. This is where you can wipe it. So it'll start all the way back from where it wants us to select the language. And then this is just more info, just about your data transfer license, and then what is the power consumption that we are continuously using. So I'm just going to go ahead and press back. And that is how you set up your mobile charger connect to optimize it for where you'll be charging your Tycon, whether it's at your house or at your work. Most people I know are probably going to be charging it at their house. So as soon as you plug it in, I would just recommend plugging it in to that plug that you'll be using most of the time. There is a wall outlet that you can actually install when you're at your house. I would recommend having that installed. Then this charger is going to be nicely put up onto the wall, and you won't have to fuss around with the charger. You'll just be able to take the plug right off of the wall and plug your Tycon right in so it'll charge. So here is some bonus content. Let's say you have a mobile charger connect. There's a PIN code, but you can't get in. How in the heck do you unlock the mobile charger connect so you can even charge your Tycon? Or let's say you've even forgot the PIN code. Well, as soon as you got your Tycon, there's actually a PIN code called the PUK code that came with the charger as soon as the Tycon was new, but chances are that might have gotten lost. So to be able to unlock the mobile charger connect, you actually have to call or visit your local Porsche store. You want to give them your Tycon's VIN as well as the serial number off of the back of this mobile charger connect. They'll be able to plug it into a system that's called PCSS, and they'll be able to get this PUK code, and from there you'll be able to unlock your charger and completely wipe it and start from scratch. So that's very important if you're locked out of your mobile charger connect. And that is how you optimize your mobile charger connect to charge your Tycon at home or at work. I hope I was able to give you guys some insight as to how to optimize the charger. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as many of them as I can. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Okay, so like you've been in place, so here's a bonus. Let's say you have a charger and it's locked. Right? Oh, are we going? Oh. What were we saying? Yeah, this is the bonus round. Right.